Well. Here we go. Oh, you knew this was coming. Anybody who knew anything about anything knew this was coming. Mike Brown, the New York Knicks head coach, is getting very comfortable in his job to the point. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Mm-hmm. So now everything is starting to change. Oh, we don't get into all that. Yeah, T caught a lot of heat for that LeBron thing. We're gonna talk about that too. Now, Mike Brown, throughout the summer league, has basically been letting his team run the show. But here's what's been happening behind the scenes in Knicks world, in Knicksville. Mike Brown has zero intentions of playing the young guys. I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to repeat it again. Mike Brown, just like Tibbs, has no intentions, zero, as a matter of fact, of playing the young guys. I don't know where the Knicks fans are right now. They probably sleep. But let me tell you, as soon as I found out, I went live. So all the things that they said about Tibbs, and he don't play the young guys on his team, Mike Brown has no intentions of really increasing the minutes of the young guys on the bench. Word on the campfire is he hopes they all play well and get some more experience. But don't look for Mike Brown to play them. What he's basing it off of is structuring his starting lineup and who's coming off the bench in his second units. And it does not really include those young guys at all. So the same situation they was in last year is the same situation they're going to be in this year. The needle can't be moved all the time just when people want it to be moved. There's a lot of things that go into play that other people can't, they're not privy to that type of information or how things are being displayed or moved on a needle. No, I've seen it go down. I'm just not a fan of the way it's happening. So because I'm not a fan of the way it's happening, I'm seeing how it all plays out. Man, we got one Knick fan that showed up. He was up late. Will we win one or not? Maybe in 2 years. I know this year you'll be going to the finals if injuries don't take you down or just Plain old Nick luck. But this year it's going to be either the Clippers or Lakers. I would prefer the Clippers. Exactly. So I want to bet with the fix, then bet against the fix. Now, here's the major problem that the Knicks are facing. Now, their starting lineup is going to be Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG ain't nobody, the Cat, and Mitchell Robinson. That is the starting lineup that Mike Brown wants to start the season with. He wants Gershon and Jordan Clarkson to be his star two common 1-2 punch coming off that bench for the second unit. He's not even thinking about Josh Hart. So right now, Josh Hart is basically come back to his bench role, but not in Mike Brown's favorites. So I don't know if he's in the doghouse. He's a great offensive rebounding guard, but yeah, Mike Brown is looking at him just like he's an ancillary player. Jordan Clarkson and Gershon is players he like already. Like those are the players he like. And he's working on them coming out for that second unit and want them to be in there together. I'm quite sure that second unit is going to be devastating with Josh Hart added to it as well. But so far, he's not really concerned with Josh Hart. There was no mention of Deuce McBride, but this strengthens it. You have your second unit. You have Deuce, McBride, Jordan Clarkson, Gershon, and then you got Josh Hart in there. So now for a big man substitute, that's where it's going to be their big problem. If you're playing Mitchell Robinson plan on starting him with the Cat to alleviate the Cat from having to battle for rebounds. He can focus on, being more outside and preserving himself for the game. That's cool. They did that in the finals of the Eastern Conference Finals when they started switching it up. But you got to look at it from playing big picture. Big picture is this isn't the lineup that's going to save you. This is the lineup that's going to sink you. So I have no idea where they're going to go after this. But what I can tell you is that the New York Knicks are headed towards a defining moment, a precipice point where they're going to have to decide, is this the direction they're going to want to pull towards? I mean, y'all were happy with this. Knicks fans. Knicks fans was happy with that. When the lineups looked like that, they were happy. Now, 3 of those guys are gone. Or what? 2 of them. So 2 of those guys are off that roster. And you guys were happy with just that roster. Now, looking at this picture, you could say one or two words. Is Mike Brown going to burn himself out in New York and with the fans? Only if the team is not producing victories. They're not putting up 50-plus win seasons, winning the Eastern Conference. Then you could have an argument. But until then, this is what it is for the New York Knicks. It's the same play all over again. We've seen it before. It's just time for a new story because this storyline's getting old. It's getting played out. Next for clicks. Nope. As soon as I got the information, I went live. So y'all can have it. Stop the nonsense. What's the nonsense? That's what I'm talking about. What's the nonsense, bro? That's real talk. As soon as I got the info, I went live. Mike Brown has no intentions of playing the young players on the team. He has the same players y'all wanted to see get more tick and thought was going to get more tick under Mike Brown. He mutually has no plans of playing the young talent on this team. Him and Tibbs seem to be in agreements in there. Their minutes are not increasing. That's serious. They are not increasing. They're not getting them involved. Nothing. They own the roster. That's about it. So don't think you're gonna see more of Tyler, and that's not realistic.
They'll get their opportunities just by necessity. But yeah, he's on a win now edict, so he's on a win now edict. So it's gonna be Jordan Clarkson and these guys on the bench. Here's the deal: he's just gonna play more imaginative lineup than Thibodeau ever did. So
Yeah. Getting Gershon and getting Jordan Clarkson was Mike Brown's idea. He wanted those players. Those are his guys. Like he liked what they bring to the table. Moving Josh Hart back to the bench and really just keeping him in that second unit is pretty much what he wanted to do. But he's not seemingly high. Well, he don't even mention Josh Hart in anything. Like Gershon and Clarkson is the guys he was mainly focused on, and being the impact players off of the second unit. And I'm like, well, Josh Hart is a great rebounding guard.
yeah, Hart's gonna earn his minutes like he always does. You're gonna see that guy. A guy can't get 9, 10 triple doubles, break the Knicks record, and then they get buried. It's just gonna make sense. Like him and Thibodeau, in a certain way, they're gonna be night and day because Thibodeau just would play that same stale ass. Well, you knew when Carl Anthony Towns was going to the bench. If he didn't get 2 fouls, you knew he'd go to the bench at a certain time. You knew Brunson was gonna play that whole first quarter. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be night and day when it comes to that. The offense is gonna move. They're gonna try to play more two ball with Cat and Brunson. He's gonna make sure they have some chemistry. Those are gonna be, as far as the rookies, when there are any injuries, then they'll step up in they'll step up into the rotation. But as of now, yeah, we got a good 8, 9, 10 deep, and that rotation with the veterans is good enough. Mitchell Robinson, he's bound to get an injury, some nicks and bruises here and there. So that's when the Huck 40 guy steps up, or the world step up. If Brunson gets, if Brunson gets hurt, who's gonna play? Really, we don't have a backup point guard at this point. We're not bringing Campaign back, so
Well, that's where you got maybe Tyler gonna get some tick, maybe not. I mean, he
yeah.
might have to step up, but it's gonna be Deuce. It's gonna be Deuce.
Yeah, I like to see Deuce run more point.
So Deuce will be in there, and that's just gonna be the take because Mike Brown has pretty much made it clear as he's already announcing his starting lineup. He got Mitchell Robinson starting with Cat.
And it makes all the sense in the world. You want to play defense, you cannot have slew-footed ass Cat as your back line of defense.
So that's the starting lineup. He moved Josh Hart to the bench. He didn't agree with Josh Hart being the starter. So Miles Bridges is definitely starting, Brunson and OG. So that's the Knicks starting lineup going into the season. And they ain't even got the preseason yet. I'm like, man, he's already asserted what he want and how is he going to do it. I mean, if you're going to give Mike Brown credit for something, give him that. He's assertive. He's letting it be known.
Yeah. Running his way. None of that passive aggressive shit. Like Tibbs, I feel like Tibbs gave up. Tibbs, I don't think he liked the Carnegie Towns trade. I understand it. Julius was his guy. He didn't really get along with Cat the first time, but if you're gonna coach in this league, man, you gotta adapt to what what front office give you. So, Cat was an offensive move. They wanted to step up offensively. If you look at the numbers, I was looking at the numbers today. They were elite. They were elite offensively as far as the numbers. They just ran a slow ass pace. So you're gonna speed up the pace. You're gonna play a little bit more imaginative lineups. He got shafted in Sacramento. I don't know what the hell they was thinking of Sacramento letting him go.
Seriously, he was too vocal, bro. He was way too vocal.
That's the problem. They don't let brothers be vocal. I mean, come on.
He was basically, they was like, you almost throwing him under the bus. I was like, hey, that's why I'm glad he's there. Because I want to see what happened when Brunson screw up. Is he going to throw Brunson under the bus?
Oh, shit, Rick will be the first one to throw him under the bus. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing.
Rick ain't going to throw his son under the bus.
Oh, yeah. He will. The first time he going to cry to the refs. Now, I mean, look, end of the day, Tip was too much of a dictator. Tip was too dictatorial. He didn't let his assistants have much. That's what I'm more concerned about, him getting his offensive coordinator, because I want Mike Brown focused on the end game shit and having, he needs his text winners, so to speak. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not comparing him to Phil, but he needs the guy, really running this offensive show, and he's got to find a coach that he's comfortable with.
Yeah, Mike is the thing. The thing about Mike is he eventually run players the wrong way.
I tell you this, man. If you can't take hard coaching, you don't belong on this team. If you're sensitive, get the hell up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with your Detroit Pistons, man.
Yeah.
If you want to be one of them brawn guys that gotta get talked to the right way, Meanwhile, the motherfucker stabbing you in the back, ready to trade you, cutting your minutes. You know what I'm saying? The first time D'Lo but they forget D'Lo came in after the Russ trade and saved that goddamn season when LeBron took his little sabbatical, right? They
Yeah.
went 9-5 without LeBron. Then as soon as D'Lo gets blown by, LeBron don't want to play no defense. Now all of a sudden D'Lo minutes getting cut. And D'Lo out the door, you know?
Yep. And each time they know who it is and they just can't say it.
Exactly.
And they stuck.
Exactly. Guys like LeBron, they're office politician. I'd rather the guy that criticizes me to my face and in public than the guy that goes behind closed doors and, demands me get traded somewhere.
True that.
I'd rather a drill sergeant than an office politician any day of the week. Anybody been in the military know we appreciate our drill sergeants, our drill instructors. You know what I'm saying? These are the guys that yell up in your face, tell you what you expect. They build you up to do the job, not the guys that, they're the HR guys. That's what LeBron is. That's what guys like LeBron and then KD and all that. They want you to, that's why these guys are betas, soft betas. They need to just gang up. And then they'll tell you how they got all the rings in this era because y'all ganged up on the same team. Y'all couldn't win rings with the team that drafted y'all.
No, they definitely couldn't. And it messed up everything that they had as far as the continuity, the whole team. It just ruined everything.
Yeah, man.
All this catering to LeBron has ruined the league. Exactly.
That's exactly. Yeah, I know. Well, you're talking about LeBron. No, this is exactly the problem.
Yeah.
Guys can't get coached no more. That's why. This is why you don't have many strong coaches in the league because you got to play politics with these stars. He said something to Fox. All of a sudden, then they traded Fox. See, that's why Sacramento gonna always be Sacramento. They gonna always, the best thing they could do is hope to draft a couple of guys, trade a couple of guys, keep a guy like Sabonis there, but they ain't never gonna be nothing serious. With New York, we just gotta take it, man. This is the best team that we've had since the 70s. All them UN teams were always missing a guy. They didn't have a point guard. They didn't, they traded Ross Strickland too early. Then they traded Mark Jackson after that. They didn't have that one guy, man. I go back to them eras and then, when Dolan took over, you know what the fuck he was doing. You know what I'm saying? So we spent a whole 2 decades fucking up there, getting mellow and not putting nobody around him. Chris Paul said, I want to come to New York at Melo wedding. And they go and get Tyson Chandler. I mean,
Oh, Lord, how much?
I said, I'm always spit it. The Knicks has got to get it. The Knicks has got to get it right. Ain't no reason why. And I see the LA, the way they let LeBron run, the way the Lakers let LeBron run their damn franchise. That LA was never when Dr. Bus was running the show. Dr. Bus was about business and winning and putting on a show. The kids, they were just about, obviously you saw what their plan was. So go all the money they could up out of LeBron and his gimmick, and then sell out the team when it was time. And they won by winning. If they won, it was by accident.
Yep. That's exactly how they played it.
That's why I say, man. Like at this point in time, you just got like this era is gonna be like the 70s. There's gonna be no, as I told you, I said this at the beginning of the decade. There's gonna be no repeat champions. You might OKC. This is their best chance because eventually they're gonna have to start letting some of their role players go the way they just signed the money they just spent on them three, their big three. So they ain't gonna be able to afford them role players. When they have to re-up. So you will not have a repeat champion, and it's like gonna be like the 70s. It's gonna be one. You might have a team that went 2 and 3 or 2 and 4 years, but you're not gonna have no back-to-back, no 3-peats, none of that. You're gonna have to rebuild your team on a yearly basis. So this is the time. The East is wide open with Halliburton out and what's the name out? I did my top 100 players in the league yesterday. I think I did a pretty decent job. Like everybody did you did your 100 of all time. I did my 100, top 100 players in the league right now, and ain't nothing. We're no big surprise.
I can't even tell you 100 players in the league right now. I'm like, we got 100.
yeah, we do. We do.
I'll be like, right now, man, I can't even get to 100.
I had I think Jalen Williams at 23. Jalen Williams, and I had SGA number 3, Joker number 1, Giannis number 2, but he's stuck on a mediocre team. Lucas number. I got I put LeBron ain't in my top 15. I know that much.
I know I don't even know how he in the 100.
Hey, Carson, I got a question, man. Appreciate you letting me come up on the platform. It's about Mike Brown's experience through back to Pop and Golden State. Because actually, when Golden State won his first year with Kevin Durant, didn't he coach them through the playoffs only but 2 games? I mean, Steve Kerr coached, 2 games in the finals? And I think with that experience, he should be able to do pretty good with Brunson and Cat. The ball may move. It ain't going to stick with Brunson, all that dribble like it was with Derrick Rose. How do you think his ingredients will work with New York? And would it manifest out on the court?
It's definitely gonna manifest because he's gonna be respected. He's already respected as a coach in the game. So the thing is Kobe got him out of there too quick. I think Kobe, because he tried to change Kobe Bryant's whole thing. Kobe got him out of there in like 12. Was it? They played like 30 games. Coached that before he was out.
Well, he coached the lockout year, right? They won 41-25. And then they gave him 5 games of the next season once they got Nash and Dwight Howard. And they started off 1-4, and then they fired him right there. They was running. I think he didn't like that Princess style stuff. There was so much backdoor cutting and all that. So they wanted to give Phil back in there to run the triangle now. Yeah, they got Dwight Howard, but they didn't like Nash running the triangle, so they wound up getting Mike D'Antoni since they had Nash. And Mike D'Antoni is a fucking bum. Mike D'Antoni is the worst goddamn, they basically a Nelson copycat with no in-game adjustments whatsoever. Trust me, I know 4 or 5 years here with the Knicks. I know.
He took it right over to New Jersey.
Yep.
Oh man, he took
it right over. Then they gave his ass James Harden, and of course that was a match made in heaven. But what did you notice in the Harden era? Every year they would lead. Harden would lead the league in scoring and all that shit. Okay, then they get to the playoffs. I remember they got beat by the Spurs. The Spurs didn't have Tony Parker. They didn't have Aldridge. I think Duncan had retired at that point, and the Spurs beat the motherfuckers by 45 in that game 6. Perennial playoff choker. D'Antoni, Chris Paul, and goddamn James Harden. Always choking the playoffs. They got beat by an old ass team missing their 3 best players by 40-something points.
They got put out the playoffs?
Oh yeah, this is when Harden and D'Antoni was there. You could look it up. I forget which year it was. I think it was one of them years Harden was campaigning for MVP too. They got knocked out by the Spurs by like 40-something points.
God.
Man, that's wild.
Yeah, man. So
I think Mike could do a good job, man. I think he's a really good coach. I'm just waiting because he's very opinionated. And when he talks to the media, he's very much like you could say he says what he wants.
But they love that in New York. So that's what it is. In New York, they love a good soundbite. So he'll get some love. It's just Dolan and them don't like they people talking to the media. But honestly, he'll want to be in a lightning rod.
Yeah, he'd be like, well, Brunson got to pass the ball. Man. You know that.
Damn right.
Somebody got to say it. Somebody got to say it. We don't play that. We don't play that kiss the stars ass in New York. Aaron Judge is hitting 65 home runs. They don't give a fuck. You better do that shit in the playoffs.
Yeah. Ooh, Lord, how much don't let me go down? Lord, how much?
Because they don't know what he is. He's a hairy chest slugger. And the hairy chest sluggers in there, they supposed to just come and knock in runs. That's their job. They're not supposed to be the superstar of the team. In the regular season, you can have that. In the playoffs, you got to play one team. And that one team going to focus on
right you. On you, yup.
Damn right. Get on base, baby. Get on base.
That's it.
They know what
That's it.
They like to see. And they're not going to give you that.
This is why Jeter had all the success, but A-Rod couldn't get it. He couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Derek Jeter, you just have to put people on base. And my man made plays. You feel me? It ain't always about hitting that ball out the field.
No, Jeter and Manny and Bernie Williams, those two. See, those two are baseball players. See, nobody was thinking about Bernie Williams. He didn't have a great regular season. When the season started, he come alive. Bernie Williams alive in the play. So I was telling them, I was like, that allowed Jeter to be Jeter, because all the pressure was really off him. But he learned from Bernie Williams, what to do. Like, dude, get these guys on base. Quit trying to knock the ball out. Aaron Judge, if he ever hit a double or a single, he'll be great. But he's sitting over there, got his hands too tight. He trying to kill the ball every single time.
See, the problem with the Yankees. The problem with the Yankees, they went away from real baseball and they play that analytics game. But the analytics tell you to hit a 3-run home run. Except you're not going to be able to do that shit in the playoffs when you're playing against ace pitching.
Yeah, dog, they kept throwing the curveball on Judge so many times. They throwing slider. They putting him in the man. I was watching the pitchers use him. I was like, oh, dude, they know what you're going for. This ain't the home run dirt.
Exactly.
The curve. Strike. Here come the curve. He got trouble hitting curveballs. And I was like, they could see that a mile away.
That's what I'm saying. The New York media, they do not kiss ass, man. Listen, they do not kiss ass. They do not. It's really what you done for us lately. You know what I mean? What you did, when you win a few championships, all right, you set for life. But yeah, I mean, Judge ain't got no rings. All them home run titles ain't got no rings. And that's what it's all about. So, whoever gets the Knicks over the top, man, you already know they set for life. I remember when Mike Brown came the first year with the Kings, they were the number one offense.
Yeah,
so I know that's
because he made the trade for the right player. He got the right players on his team. That is the key about Mike Brown. He know how to get people on the team he needs. When he got Malik Monk and got Sabonis, that's he needed.
Remember, he took Malik Monk from the Lakers.
Yeah,
Malik Monk from the Lakers.
Couldn't get an offer nowhere in the league when he left Charlotte. Like when he got all the way from Charlotte, nobody was looking for him.
Went to the Lakers. Was able to shoot despite LeBron ball hogging.
Yep, he
earned him a nice little contract.
Only one that was consistent, and they said, "Hey, he went from a 1.5 million to getting multi-million-dollar deals after that." He was, man, I was out the league if it wasn't for that Laker deal. They offered me 1.5, and I was like, man, they got Malik Monk for the low. And sure enough, he put on a show, and they was like, oh, okay, this Monk dude for real. He was like, I'm trying to tell him I could ball. So once that happened, it went to another level, went from there to another conversation to another conversation. So
Yeah, I like Mike Brown. Like he a common sense guy, man. I'm not gonna act. Look, and that's the thing too, right? He get no. Remember, supposedly it was LeBron and the Bums. Well, who was the coach? They won 66 games or 61 games. If it was LeBron and a bunch of bums, then who was the coach? It couldn't have been LeBron just doing everything, and it wasn't LeBron doing everything. LeBron still had man. LeBron still had no. He still didn't know how to post up, man.
Listen, you tell it to these young boys at the job, boy. They honor and worship LBJ, boy.
yeah, because that's what they
How it
were
is.
raised on. They
That's
was
how it is.
raised on.
I posted a
Oh
meme
my
on
God,
my
man.
community page, right, bro? When you look at the fucking Olympians, the Team USA, and the All Stars LeBron has played with over his career, it literally looks like Avengers Assemble. It literally looks like the end game. The amount of motherfucking All Stars and Olympic players he has played with.
You ain't
Oh
kidding
my
me.
God, I can see that shit. I
On
can
the
see that.
on the Lakers, he played with 63? 63.
63 different players, yeah,
He's been on the Lakers.
yeah,
And counting. Because he's gonna play with some more new people this season.
yep, yep. All he ever do is recruit. All he ever do is recruit. You know what I'm saying? At least with the Cavs, they tried to build something up for a few years. That's the problem he get. That's the problem they can't understand. He got to change. He got to change, and everybody got to go and play around him. That's the problem. He's never been able to play any type of system. So Brown understood that about LeBron, and he built the defense, and he built, letting LeBron do his thing to create everything in the center third. The problem is, they was always going to run onto a better coach and a better team in the playoffs. It was going to knock their asses out because LeBron is limited in what he can do.
Very, very. I would take Dirk's 1-1 over LeBron 4-6 any day.
Yeah,
Oh, of course, because he don't have any plays. Finally, somebody's saying what I was saying. Colin Carter came out and said, LeBron don't have any moments in the finals. I'm like, he don't. Only thing he has is that chase down block. And that
yep,
didn't win the game. It was 3 minutes left in the game.
yep.
When
Lord have mercy.
they trying to act like he got the block, Kyrie went down and hit the 3. It's like it didn't happen like that. It's like it's a lot of basketball left.
Propaganda mean, ain't it?
Yeah.
Tell LeBron sexual how Chris Bosh and Ray Allen literally say this dude's life. Like, we'd have been clowning LeBron forever because I don't care what he did in that fourth quarter. Number one, he came down. He had 3 turn. The Heat had the lead. He made 3 turnovers in a row. Next thing you know, the Spurs are up 4, and then Manu missing that one free throw, and then Kawhi missing that other free throw kept the door open. Yep. Then LeBron came down. He bricked the shot again. He bricked another 3. I remember Mike Miller chased down one of them and gave him a second opportunity. He hit the 3. Okay. Then next, again, all Manu, I think it was Manu that was on the line the next time. All Manu has to do is hit both his free throws. Series over. Misses one, leaves the door open. LeBron bricks it. They took this is Popovich's fuck up. He takes Duncan out the game not once but twice. Come on now, you want to talk about finals moments?
Oh yeah.
Chris Bosh gets the rebound. LeBron is calling for the ball, but Bosh finds Allen wide open in the corner.
Yep. Because who you would rather give it to? He's like, you done already missed 3. I'll give it to you here. You're going to jag it. That's 4
Mm-hmm.
missed it. Then after that, the Spurs was going to run a play without a timeout. The referee stopped them. They had the play they was going to run with 3 seconds to go in the game. They had a play that they was going to run, that they run it, and Miami wasn't set. So they inbounded the ball. It was going. The ref blowing the whistle. That's when Pop was so livid because they was trying to run their play. Now Miami get to set their defense. and
Yep.
get set up. They had nothing in play. They would have had a wide open look for a 3
Yep.
to win.
Then you go to that overtime. Manu looked like he was playing for the Heat. Man, that was the worst I ever see Manu play.
He was shook though. Look at the situation he got put in. I mean, anybody else would be shook. Like, damn, we just had the championship right in our hand.
Yeah. So that's why and then y'all saw what happened the next season. The Spurs was just on a mission. All they would play, knew they was gonna get the Heat because they knew ain't nobody in the East was gonna knock the Heat. And they couldn't wait. They was salivating, waiting to catch the Heat the next year, and they beat the brakes off.
Leonard went from a 74% free throw shooter to like an 80% free throw shooter.
Who did that?
Kawhi.
Oh, they didn't sleep good that summer. That loss killed them. That hell yeah, he practiced like a machine, I bet.
Yeah.
That was his finals MVP down the drain, and he missed that free throw. So finals MVP.
And expose that. Yeah, you know LeBron's big moment in the finals? Fucking getting carried off because he got cramps because of the air conditioning. Now again,
he's the only one though.
The only one on the court. Hey, we all on the look. See, that's what kills me though. When they talk shit about the Sixers, they wasn't no air conditioning in them in the Boston Garden and shit in the middle of the goddamn. That's why they ended the season so early in April. The finals would be in April. They couldn't play in them hot. They couldn't play in them hot because there wasn't no damn air conditioning in the 60s. But you sitting there, the AC went out. Well, shit, welcome to Boston Garden in the 80s, motherfucker. You tell it, see, that's the shit they would have, if LeBron was in the league back in the 80s, imagine the shit they would have done in the goddamn Boston Garden to throw LeBron off his game. They did all types of shit. That's why the Celtics would go 40-1. They make come and play Larry Bird and them in the Garden the most miserable. They would turn the heat on in the they would turn in the winter. They would turn the heat off. In the summer in the playoffs, they would turn the heat up. Everything they could do to make it miserable for the opposing team coming into the Garden. And this cat can't play because of
shower. The old Garden or something else. Because it would only be cold water showers, no hot water.
Yeah.
So for the passing. And meanwhile, they got everything in their locker room.
And this dude cramping up, ready to pass out because of the man. You tell me Miami couldn't come down and bring some ice cold water, some shit. Just let the, you know what I mean? I don't know. But anyway, like I said, it's always the excuses, and they couldn't wait to beat the brakes off the goddamn Heat, and boy did they.
Yep.
That was a finals record for finals beat. But then it was Wade. Wait, no, bro, you had no second gear, bro. They sat there, they put you on an island one-on-one with Kawhi. You couldn't create nothing.
And that ball just moved too, man.
Mm-hmm.
San Antonio ball. That ball moved, man.
And do y'all remember in the 13 finals when they brought in Boris Diaw and he was locking up LeBron? Motherfucking Boris Diaw was weighing about 280. And he was locking LeBron ass up. This still a highlight reel. Boris Diaw Boris Diaw highlights on LeBron James in the 2013 finals. Come on, man. Y'all really want to talk about ghost shit? Please.
Diaw came into the league trying to play point guard, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was a nice passer.
Yeah. So he know how to handle that romp.
Well, see, every time, just like Shaq in the 90s and 80s, in the 90s and 2000s, every time he ran into a guy that had the size to withstand his one step, two-step drop step, Shaq would struggle. The same thing with LeBron. Every time you had a guy that could physically withstand his little downhill bully bullshit, and he can't just He can't just bowl over a cat. LeBron is average.
So in other words, force him to have a bag. Basically, if he can't move,
Exactly,
he got to come up with something.
Which he don't.
Mm.
Spin move, halo, Tasmanian devil, bullshit. That motherfucker like the Tasmanian devil. They're like Julius Randle, only they call that offensive foul on Randle. the Tasmanian devil spin move.
You know what, man? I slick miss Randall though, man.
Yeah, I do too.
I slick miss Randall though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I started to like appreciate his game.
Yeah, because it's this part. It's time when we need that bully ball.
It didn't look pretty, but it was effective. And that left jumper, he got the long and the mid range. He worked on that. And I have to appreciate. I got to give him props on that.
That's what I said. Everybody was down on him in Minnesota. I said Minnesota's gonna be fine. Watch. Minnesota's gonna be fine. They finished off the season 18-4, and then they caught the Lakers all overconfident as a motherfucker. And what was so bad is Minnesota was playing horrible basketball. Them Knicks in Game 5 they went 4 for 30. You remember you was streaming, right? Cino? Them niggas went 4 for 37 from 3 and still beat the motherfucker was just dumping the ball in the really fucking Gobert could have went for 35 and 25. He should have had a 30-30 game against them.
Right. He could have.
Yeah. Them motherfuckers ain't make no threes, kept putting up threes, and still beat the brakes off the Lakers. Come on, man. You telling me that's the goal? We 40. We'll sit your 40-year-old ass down, motherfucker.
Man, that's all I hear. I'm like, just go out in the sun. Just chill on out, bro. I mean, let it go. Like Rambo told you, boy, just let it go. Let it go. He's 41. Still got the same no bag ass move. Yep. You know, now he got his son with that his son got a little half a crossover now. But and now they think they're gonna be able to throw that out in the regular season. Okay, we'll see. Well, you know what, the media are gonna be all on LA this year. Just for the little additions that they got. What's their projections? You know.
Well, when the Clippers start cooking, because now the Clippers got the old retirement squad. You know, they're gonna have Chris Paul on his retirement tour. And when they cooking, oh yeah, it's gonna be an ugly show. Ain't seen no. You know, fall asleep. Oh man.
But so brother, I'm from Nashville. What are your projections on our team this year? And I don't care nothing about regular season. I'm more of the team getting chemistry and Mike utilizing the whole bench top to bottom. And the whole goal is just to win, man. They know what they need to do. What's your thoughts?
I think we're gonna have a great regular season because Brown is gonna be you're gonna see the offensive dividends, and they're just gonna do what we was doing already defensively. But it is about the playoffs, so everybody's gonna be trying to get to the playoffs, get the right matchup. I think 3 of the teams. I think most of the teams. There's gonna be 5 good teams in the East next year. After Milwaukee, everybody gonna be due. Everybody like Atlanta. Atlanta's gonna be fucking mediocre as a motherfucker, man.
But everybody.
Oh man, look, man, Cino. But no, Atlanta's gonna be mediocre. I'm hearing all this shit about it. Atlanta, Cleveland. That's what it is. It's just about the competition. Now, Detroit. If Detroit get their shit together in Orlando, those are the only 2 teams.
That's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about right there.
I'm scared we ain't making enough moves.
Yeah, perhaps that's possible. But y'all still got a good. See what it is? Y'all got a good, tough core. And y'all
Yeah,
play
y'all play
defense.
time together too. Y'all got chemistry.
Orlando, if they moves work
stuck with
out, then
Ivy.
Orlando will be
I
a
wanted us to
problem.
move from Ivy, but we stuck with him.
I just don't believe. I believe Cleveland got a culture problem. I'm telling you, when Kenyon Martin was talking about them, not like Mobley and Hunter not even suiting up for game 2, that kind of put a riff in that team because the guys Strus and Todd Jerome, guys off the bench, they was like, come on, man, like what y'all don't even like suit up and try to play. They had a little, they was more worried about their contract extension and getting out of that series. So that a lot of guys looked at that the wrong way, you know.
Yeah.
So Cleveland, I don't know. Like, unless they get a real culture shift over there, I don't see Cleveland being a big threat. They'll win their regular season games, but honestly, I think the way we took out Cleveland, we took out the same squad company and Mitchell Robinson. Remember, what was it, Mobley and what's his name? They said the lights got too bright. Darren Allen said the lights got too bright. I'm gonna tell you right now, again, y'all been laughing and laughing and laughing. Mitchell Robinson, that motherfucker, bro. I'm telling you, it's like he ain't no superstar, right? He is just. When I saw him, when you run and see that play when he guarded all 5 in the closeout game against the Celtics, and he guarded all 5 guys. The Celtics, you know what they was doing. They was running that 5 around the perimeter shit. They gonna probably try to run the same shit this year and see if they can win some games. He guarded all 5 of them motherfuckers, and then Jaylen Brown wanted the ball in the corner, and he bottled up Jaylen Brown. And I understand Big Brown was hurt, but still, Mitchell Robinson, the little shit that he does is what make the Knicks nice. If he can play 60, 70 games, we're gonna be great. As long as he's there for the playoffs, we're gonna be great. That's what I say. That's where the young guys can come in when guys like Mitchell Robinson get hurt, and OG Anunoby get hurt, or whatever. Even Brunson might need some rest days or whatever. They'll get their time to shine. That's all they need is a good spot star here and there. But the Knicks, it's all about getting to the playoffs. It's about getting that 2-man game with Brunson and Cat. Because I don't care what you say. Last season, both of them dudes scored 60. So you already see what the upside is. I've been saying it all year. Kids, what's up with the 2-man game? What's up with the 2-man game? It's not just about, obviously you need a good 2-man game to be great, but it's not just about that. But it's like, come playoffs, we need to run that 2-man game. When there was no reason for Karl-Anthony Towns to be having 4 points, 10 points in the goddamn playoffs, man. Run some fucking plays for him. You know what I mean?
I don't even want to talk about Tibbs, man.
Yeah, just what I'm saying. Tibbs is, that's why all of us, me, LB, we was on that. Get Tibbs out of here because it's like we came as far as he was going to take us. There's a ceiling with Tibbs. Conference finals. He was never going to get to a finals. No, like you could have gave him a super team. He wasn't getting them to the finals because it's just shit that he do. He don't adjust.
His theology don't work out there, man. It don't work out there at all, man.
Yeah, so Brown is already an upgrade.
And his equation that he put out there on the court at times and situations, it don't match at all, man. Especially that game 1, man. That game 1, that hurt me like the Super Bowl, if you ask me.
Yeah,
that game was won. And that was the NBA Finals right there, if you ask me.
Yeah, you're right. And I can't even get mad at Tibbs. No, here's what Tibbs fucked up. He fucked up 2 ways. He brought Brunson back in that game early. We had the 17-point lead without Brunson. Why are you bringing Brunson in at that point? You could have left Brunson out there because here's the problem. Brunson, with the fouls that he picked up, he became a liability on defense. You can already hunt him. But when he got 4 or 5 fouls, now he's even worse because now he's trying to stay in the game and he ain't gonna give you no resistance. You know what I'm saying? So he could have left Deuce McBride in there to run that point guard. Better defender anyway. You know, he made no adjustment to finding Neesmith on that what's the name. Now again, if OG Anunoby dribbles the ball out, none of that matters. OG Anunoby going up for that dunk is where we lost the game. You know what I mean? But still, you know, other than bringing Brunson in, the problem is in game 2 there was no adjustment. You know, game 3 there was. I mean, it was right. It was just terrible.
Yeah, time for him to go, man.
He all 4 years in the playoffs. We had home court advantage when we lost. Against Atlanta, we had home court. Against Miami, we had home court. Against Indiana last year, and against Indiana this year, we had home court advantage all 4 times. That's unforgivable.
You're right. Heads got to roll.
You know, so and look, obviously the coaching search went the way it went. They wanted to get. We all know we wanted to get Kidd. We wanted to get Kidd, and you know we're seeing now that Cuban ain't the owner. Could they be amenable to let? Because if you're not going to sign Kidd long term, then let them come to us. But they was trying their best to get Kidd, but then they settled on Mike Brown, and that's fine.
Check out.
Yeah,
I'll roll with it.
I agree, Brooklyn Knicks fan. We got everything we need. No excuses. No excuses. This is the year, bro. We got to take it. No bullshit. Everybody else, especially in the East. I mean, like I said, Orlando kind of scares me, but Orlando's another year away too. Detroit's another year away.
Yeah,
Cleveland don't scare me.
Really jumped on this Orlando bandwagon real strong.
I like Desmond Bain.
Conference Finals, Knicks in Orlando.
Yeah, I get it. I know you in Detroit, but look, they got Desmond Bain. If you would have got Desmond Bain, I'd be on Detroit bandwagon too.
We should have traded him for Ivy.
Hey, man, we know how the Eastern Conference is, ain't we? You don't know with them type teams, especially in the playoffs, what you're gonna get. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean, you look, as far as the dark horses, I don't see like Toronto might make the playoffs, but they Knicks Junior. They got Quickly and Barry. We already know the key to stopping them. Who else could be a threat? Boston ain't gonna be no threat. They just don't. I mean, Boston will play a nice little system and win some games, but without Tatum, that's a wrap. They done broke up their whole team.
Would you say Miami would be with their addition? You want to say that by dog horse? Okay.
I mean, I like Powell and stuff, but come on, man. You like Powell and Adebayo in the playoffs against Brunson and Cat? Nah.
You know what? They need to move on from Bam. To me,
yeah,
they need to move on from Bam, man. He done reached this ceiling with Miami, if you ask me.
And Tyler Hero. I'm not worried about Miami. Without Jimmy, they're not a threat. Yeah, the East is the weaker conference, but the Knicks could be the best team in the league. We could be the best team in the league.
Absolutely. And if they just play smart, move the ball, play like Spurs, Golden State, put it all together. Get your gumbo together, put it out there on the court.
I'm trying to think of anybody else. Indiana, without Holly, no. I can see Nembhard having a decent year, but Nembhard is not. Nembhard is more of he's a backup point guard who gets to play the 2. So, I don't even know if OKC gonna make it out the West. Brooklyn Knicks fan.
They're not.
Seriously.
I don't think they're gonna beat the Clippers. I don't think they're gonna beat the Lakers.
Denver. You saw Denver without that squad. Denver got better on all levels. Cam Johnson is a better player than Michael Porter Jr., bar none. See, look, they're going to be okay. Skrilla, who gonna knock us out in the second round? I mean, come on, don't just say shit like that. Oh, same on Knicks. Tell me who's gonna do it. I think Mike Brown got something to prove. This is gonna be. This is crazy. I salute to the Knicks because you rarely see black coaches get 5 jobs. Usually after the third one, that's it. They relegate you to an offensive, to an assistant coach. So Mike Brown for him. Just keep getting higher. You he knows something.
Oh yeah, you got to be good if you're gonna keep getting hired.
Hey, big brother Cino. I know you're a Pistons fan, right?
Yep.
I don't know if you receive a lot of hate from like when you go out of town or out of state, but like I said, I'm from Nashville, little old Nashville, right? I wear my Patrick Ewing, my Spree wear, what? Man, dude, I get hated on so much, even when we have a losing season, Steve.
Oh man.
Man, people hate the Knicks. I don't know why.
Well,
I don't know why. But they hate the Knicks,
it's the New York hate, bro. They hate everything New York.
Right. It's a lot of people just don't like New York. But the Knicks in general, is because they're promoted like they're the champion team. And they not. And, it's like, man, dude, this team is not all of that. And they just boast and, because New York hold it down so
much. I can say that.
What y'all got to learn is we got a real fan base. We got to see. You see how we come outside in the playoffs. I know y'all thought, it's a parade. Again, it was no parade. It was a watch. When they do the watch party on side of the Garden, you got like the Knicks fans are deep. It's like 100, 200,000 people probably standing out there watching the big screen. Another 50,000 another 20,000 in the arena. So when the game let out, everybody going to their respective train station. That's not a parade. They just try to get home on the goddamn subway. Ain't nobody drive out there. You can't drive out there for shit.
This is how I knew I was a Knicks fan. My 9th grade year. NBC. End of the game. Bulls and the Knicks. Charles Smith missing them layups up under the rim. Brother, I didn't get no sleep. I'm talking about. I became a fan then, and it sounds negative, but the hurt, the disappointment.
See, I became a diehard the year before that with McDaniel. See, that's the crazy part. If McDaniel never goes to Boston, we never get Charles Smith, and we never trade Mark Jackson. They felt like it was more important to get, and that's the way they messed up. This is Dave Checker's fault. They felt it was more important to get that 20 points a game from the small forward to go alongside Ewing than it was to have Mark Jackson, who made Ewing a better scorer.
You had to lose Anthony Mason or McDaniels, and I would have lost Anthony Mason.
Well, see, that's the thing. Mason at that point, remember, we took Mason off the goddamn West 4th goddamn tournament. Mason was like they literally scouted him at the West 4th Street summer tournament. So they took him off the playground to bring him in. He wasn't making no money yet. So it was McDaniel. The money was coming up, and Ewing said, "Go do what's best for your family," instead of like, "Come on, help me win this." Ewing was the Player Association president, but he went thinking he could go because Larry Bird was about to retire, so he think, "Oh, let me go to Boston. I get a starting spot over there, a little bit more money." What was it, like $2-3 million? It wasn't even that big of a contract back then. But when they traded for Charles Smith, Charles Smith was averaging 20 with the Clippers, but they just didn't realize this guy's a 6'10" softie. And they thought Doc Rivers would be a good enough point guard. He wasn't. They actually even, they traded the first round pick as well. We could have had Nick Van Exel if we had that first round pick. So that trade was fucked up all around, man. And remember, it was 1990 when they traded Rod Strickland for fucking Mo Cheeks. Oh God.
Knicks fans, y'all getting a lesson out here, man. Y'all better go get a piece of paper.
Listen, man. I need to cover this on my channel, man. The Knicks fuck up chronicles. Bro, we had the shit. If somebody would have thought, if somebody in the guard would have thought, hey, we could play Mark Jackson and Ross Strickland, why can't we play 2-point guards? What the hell, why can't we play 2-point guards? Well, at least have one of them a 3-guard rotation. But then they want, they want to get Starks. Starks, the crazy part about Starks is Then he twisted his knee trying to dunk on Ewing in the preseason, and they was about to cut him, but they couldn't cut him because he was injured. And then Pat Riley started throwing him in the game. It was almost like a insanity thing. Only that shit, that shit lasted for 5, 6, 7 years. You know what I mean? Starks wound up getting the spot, and he wound up he kept performing. So they kept him on the squad. He was supposed to be the backup point guard. Well, he fucked his knee up in the preseason trying to dunk on Ewing, really trying to make a name for himself, and the rest is history. He'd have been out the league.
Bagging groceries.
Yeah, I know.
He was bagging groceries if it wasn't for Summer League. And if it wasn't for the fact of him breaking Kenny Anderson's wrist, that y'all were gone in the first round.
Yeah, you keep saying that. Yeah, the Nets did play us strong, but they weren't going to. Come on, Oakley wasn't going to let that happen.
Destroying y'all, dog.
If Starks didn't break, what's the name? Oakley would have broke something on Derek Coleman. Come on now.
Dog, it was Kenny Anderson come out season, dog. He was.
I know. That's probably why he hates the Knicks to this day. He will not. He will not. Like Kenny Anderson root for everything, Boston, Brooklyn. But that's probably why he hates the Knicks to this day.
He gonna hate y'all forever. Yeah, that was the year that they were coming up.
Yeah, I know.
Fits. Yeah, he was never really the same after he broke his hand.
Somebody said we can't beat the Hawks. Get the fuck out. We beat them smack out of them.
Yeah, Trae Young shaking the dice.
Yeah, and what happened? The motherfuckers lost. They lost 3 of the next 6 games, 9 games, and we won 9 straight. Come on, man. And remember, I was asking you for your Knicks live back then, Cino. And you ignored it, brother. But it's all good. It's all good. Now you see, you're gonna have to go live on the Knicks this year. There ain't nothing else going on out east. Like I said, the whole real thing is gonna be in the West. The West, they gonna cannibalize each other. Whoever come out the West is gonna be battle tested and worn out. From the Clippers, the OKC, Houston, and Denver. Yeah, man, those are I think the Knicks are one of the best teams, and those 4 out in the West. And now the Pistons and the Magic got a real chance to come up. Everybody like Atlanta, bro. What do you expect Atlanta to get out of Kristaps Porzingis? That motherfucker's done.
Oh yeah. Kristaps done. You got that little fluke championship.
Now I like Jalen Johnson. Atlanta got a chance if they let Jalen Johnson lead the show. Because Trae Young is a loser. When y'all saw Trae Young crashed out in the goddamn playing tournament. That nigga crashed out.
No, he's frustrated because the way the ref cheated him.
Man, they're not falling for his bullshit. Trae Young is. I don't want to be the Trae Young hater. I really don't. But he's very overrated, bro.
He be cooking Brunson.
He don't be cooking shit, man. First of all, it don't be Brunson and Gardner. It be either Bridges or fucking Deuce. And I'm telling you, we got Deuce the next year after he did that shit in the Garden. Deuce be putting that dude on smash. Now he'll get a couple of shit. But come on, man.
I just think Deuce need to be more consistent. Offensive wise, this offense game, it looks kind of It look kind of rumble. It need to be a little bit more finesse.
To see how Mike Brown will use him.
Yeah, if he can get about to me, if he start with 2 guard, he's gonna be the 2 guard, right?
Well, he'll be the backup point guard off the rip, and then he'll wind up being a backup point guard as well. So it'll be Bridges, it'll be Brunson, Bridges in the backcourt, OG, Mitch, and Cat. And then you got Josh Hart and Bridges. Deuce is the first 2 off the bench. And then JC will be off the bench too. So you got 3 guards really coming off the bench.
Along with Clarkson. Yeah. If he can give me about 14 consistently with a high field goal percentage You know what I'm saying? Distributing, doing his role, and just playing excellent D that he does at his position and height. I'm satisfied with that. But as far as Clarkson, I don't give a damn. Let him throw it up. He's just one of those players. You know what I'm saying?
He's one of them. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not tripping on that. But that's a bad shot out. That's his game. Let long as he hit the shot, I don't give a damn.
That's his game. It's like Starks coming back. It's like the spirit of Starks coming back. A true 6-man, they ain't scared. That's the one thing about Starks. Starks was never scared. Never.
No, he wasn't.
As I said, that's why he got the job. He got the job trying to dunk on Ewing and got himself hurt. Come on, man. Dude went from bagging groceries to try to dunk on Ewing.
Yep, and then
they should be. I'll be surprised if we not the number one seed. If Cleveland the number one seed, okay. But I don't take Cleveland seriously. When you got your defensive player of the year who just got the trophy, sitting out game 2, that tells me what y'all about.
Yeah, and that team was running the East. It was running the whole NBA. They were the best team in the NBA.
You go out Cleveland?
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, 2 years ago when we beat them, they said the lights was too bright. And then they take a 0-2 lead and a 0-2 hole in their own home. At least we came back and won game 2. Them motherfuckers came back and they took a 0-2 hole into the Garden, man. I mean back to Indiana. And really when you get defensive player of the year and you're 6-man, don't even suit up. Don't even say and then both of them play game 3. That rubbed people the wrong way. So they got up out of there in 5. The Knicks got them up out of there in 5 2 years ago. I just don't see it. I don't see it. So
all right, dude. I'm gonna go lay it down.
Yeah,
all right, man. Appreciate the time. Man. Y'all be good, man.
Yeah, man.
That's what it is.
Coming up.